I'm Katie. Welcome to this new hair tutorial. I'm very excited to show this to you today. It's a really beautiful and romantic hairstyle, and it is not as complicated as it looks or sounds. If you have the skills to do a Dutch braid and the skills to be able to pin a bun into place, you can do this style. We're just going to fine-tune those skills and do things a little bit differently. So you get to learn something new today. So what I'm doing here is just Dutch braiding this side. This is a common technique that I use, starting in the upper corner of the lesser side of the part. So the side that I have the least amount of hair, wrapping that around the back of my head until I get to the base on the other side, and finishing out the braid just enough to hold it into place. And in the front here, I like to start the Dutch braid not in the very front. If you do it in the very front, it ends up looking a little bit more schoolgirl or sporty, and I want this to be more soft, romantic, and a bit more grown up. This way I can gently make some sweeping sections from my face backwards, and it still falls nicely behind my ear. So you can see I'm gathering sections like that and sweeping them back into the braid, using up all the hair left on this side. Once I've gotten all the hair in, I'm going to join in the other braid one stitch at a time. So as I'm Dutch braiding the front, I'm going to grab one of the sections from the back, and then another, and finally the last one. And then they're all joined into a single braid. Now we're going to keep going a little bit slowly here. In order to get the big petal effect that we want, we're going to have to do this one petal at a time rather than pulling the whole braid apart, pancaking, if you will, at the end. So I'm doing just a little bit at the top to mirror what we're going to be doing down here. I've done one stitch over the petal to hold it into place, pull out that petal, do another stitch, and that secures the one above it, and now I can pull that one out. We're doing all these petals on only one side. So do another stitch and pull apart only that petal, pulling out a little bit in the middle and more as we reach the end. Be careful to smooth as you go. And if you have any ends that pop out, just go back, redo that, tucking the ends towards the center so that they're more secure in the middle of the braid. And we're going to do this all the way down the braid, remembering to lock in each petal above before you start to pull it out. Now once you've secured the end with an elastic, here's where we get to the sewing part. If you have a crochet needle, that is perfect, but if you don't, you can use a bobby pin like I'm doing here. I've taken a piece of thread and doubled it, tied a knot on the end, and now I'm slip knotting it around my bobby pin to secure it into place. See, I'm pulling the thread through itself and tugging it very taut right there to hold onto the bobby pin. Tuck your tail in a circular motion, and now we're going to be pushing the bobby pin through the closed side. So you can see just like that. And when I pull it through, I'm going to be looking for that end And when I get right to the end, put my bobby pin through the loop and slip knotting that into place. You can see I've chosen a thread as close to my hair color as possible because I wanted it a bit more invisible. You can do a vibrant color thread, one that contrasts with your hair, even metallic thread, because sometimes sewing hairstyles into place, the stitches can be very beautiful. Now we're going to be wrapping up as we go with the smaller petals on top. So the braid's going to stay on the top as we're rolling upwards, and just stitching it in place as you go. If you don't like to mess with a very long piece of string, you can have 2 bobby pins with shorter strings ready to go. Once you reach the end of that bobby pin, just hide that bobby pin into place. Now that I have my rows exactly where I want it, and you can place yours wherever you like, higher up, lower down, further back, further forward. We're going to stitch it into place here as well. The reason I decided to stitch this hairstyle into place is I tried it with pins 3 different times and found that they were so bulky and heavy, it really detracted from the hairstyle and pulled it down over time. And stitching was very nice, lightweight, secured everything into place, and was so much easier than I thought it would be. Here I'm just taking a few ends that were popping out and tucking them in with pins. And that's pretty much it. I hope you will find this very easy as well. I would really love to see how this turns out on you, so please take a picture and post it below.